get that out of here. This is a terrible Game Boy build that I did. Yeah. You can see I committed crimes. Those are Joy-Con grips, by the way. I'll get on to why this is terrible. Let me just get batteries, because I forgot them before shooting. Got batteries, and I realized I probably don't need them to explain why this is terrible, but it is what it is. This is actually my good Game Boy. Oh, nice. And I forgot that it's missing the light tube. Nice. I don't know if that's really visible at home, but, you know. So. It missed the input already. Nice. So, yeah, the buttons on this thing are damn near unusable. Let me just, yeah, Sonic Advance. Why not? D-pad just doesn't feel right. It's not as bad in this game, but oh, that was sleep. I'm used to it on the SP, where the buttons are a bit different. That's my excuse for doing something wrong. Let me just pull up a game that I know like had issues where like I could feel the buttons felt wrong. I don't know if this is even coming up on camera, by the way. But here's a Potris. Yeah. It's not quite as bad as when I was last using it. Like, you know, memory can exaggerate things, but like, this is a terrible build. And it goes, like, far beyond the buttons being shit. Because, like, yeah, the buttons on this are terrible. I don't ever want to use this thing again. And I'll get on to what I'm doing with it. But I also... yeah, this thing has blood on its hands. So, you see this Game Boy here. Yeah, it's the second one of these that I had, because in building this, I destroyed one of these. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to say that I did it. I did something very stupid, and I still kind of mad about it 5 years later. But anyway, I actually got a new one, and I'm, you know, haven't gotten around to actually modding it properly yet. You know, I wasn't going to show what the screen on the original GBA looks like, because we all know what it looks like, but, you know, why not? For old time's sake. Pull up a game on the flash cart. Gives me an opportunity to pull up something funny as well. Also to see if these batteries are really running low, or if the power switch on that thing is bad, which would not surprise me. Also, I'm using this battery cover because I don't want to fuck up the original battery cover on this one, because if I recall, it is pretty fragile. Yeah. I can kind of see it, because I've got a massive lamp on with like a bright LED light. And I can see it, but it's not ideal. It's also got kind of like a LCD burn kind of thing going on. That's great. Maybe that was why this was so cheap, because it does look like a legitimate shell. I mean, I compared it to ones that I know are fake. But who knows, maybe I did get duped. But here's Good Boy Galaxy running on it. You can barely see it. Yeah, this is just the demo, by the way. This is just the demo. I haven't I haven't bought the GBA version of the game yet. I actually backed it on Switch, which may have been a mistake. I kind of wish I backed it on GBA, but, you know, it's fine. I'll buy a copy on itch eventually. Anyway, so today we're gonna have Justice, because I mentioned this build has blood on its hands. I also gutted the screen from a perfectly working AGS 101. It has a bad shoulder button, as you may not be able to read, but I'm pretty sure I can fix that with some contact cleaner, which I have now. And I didn't know that was a thing back then. So, you know, Justice. And I'm doing this without, like, any guide or anything, or any knowledge of whether the, you know, parts in here are any good, because they may have, you know, gotten fucked up sitting in that bag. I actually did confirm that the battery had turned into a spicy pillow and had it recycled. So for testing, I'm probably going to use the battery out of this one, because I haven't gotten a new one yet. And I might get a new one if this build goes well. Or maybe I won't, because I don't know. This may not end up being my main console. Like, this one is in rougher shape. Like, you can see there's a chunk broken out of it there, and, like, you can see the gouges in it. Honestly, though, I bring this thing out, like, regularly. So, honestly, I might want to bring out the one that's in rougher shape. Though this is a graphite one, so, I mean, I don't know. But I've heard the AGS 101 shells, just in general, are kind of rough. And, like, kind of fragile, so it's like... You know, originally my plan for this was to, like, get, like, a new shell, and, like, just a clear purple one. Maybe put, like, a nice design in front of the screen, kind of thing. But, I don't know. I wanted to keep the Nugget, like, as it was, as an example of what not to do. But it's also, like... This thing is terrible, and I'm never going to want to use it again. And while it is a conversation starter of just how bad this thing is, because there are things that are even worse about it that I haven't mentioned yet, it's also like, I'd rather have an AGS 101 than this piece of shit. So, bag of parts. Yeah, another thing that I did with this was I tried doing a Pro Sound mod, which isn't really a thing on the GBA, and I think I know why. Because the thing that I found was, like, you have to take some components off the board, and then you have, like, and then you have to, like, solder a couple wires, and then it, like, completely bypasses the volume pot. So I have to use, like, a inline volume remote, like, wire, just like a cable with, like, an inline remote control on it, to, like, get audio, to, like, get a reasonable level out of headphones on this thing that's not gonna, like, blow my eardrums up and set the earth on fire or something. It's great. It's amazing. I love this thing. And it's like, yeah, I really wish I didn't do that, because honestly, if I didn't do that, we probably wouldn't be here right now. I probably would still be willing to try and fix this thing. I probably wouldn't be using an SP as my main console, and I probably would be, like, willing to fix this. And maybe I would have fixed it. Maybe I would have figured out what made the buttons not great. Because right now, they're not they're not as bad as I remember. But I remember them being really bad, so maybe something changed. I remember I put, like, some paper on the bottom of the D-pad, and that helped. I don't know. I read online that could help, and it seemed to help a little bit. I also, like, swapped the D-pad from what I think was an aftermarket one to what I think was an official one. I don't know. It helped a little. Yeah, this thing is just cooked. And I wish I didn't do that Pro Sound mod. I'm putting Pro Sound in quotes because the only real Pro Sound mods on the Game Boy are on the original DMG and the Game Boy Color. Changed my fucking mind. Maybe the Game Boy Pocket as well. I'm not familiar with the Game Boy Pocket. And it's just like, let's try and rebuild, shall we? So I need to take the screen out of this. I'm gonna start taking parts out of the bag first. I really hope this is still filming, and I really hope it's filming in 4K. Yeah, the board looks fine. I'm honestly less concerned about the board now and more concerned about like parts being missing or something, because this bag has kind of been sitting here like undisturbed except for like pulling the battery out for like 5 years, maybe 6. It's a D-pad. Okay. This is the upper shell, which is okay. Oh yeah, I think I destroyed the maybe I didn't? I don't know. Ooh, that's bad. I did that. Okay. Great. The hinge is still in there though, that's a good sign. So those screw covers probably gonna have to replace. Maybe it might be in there. Actually, it might be in there. I don't know. Ooh, look at that! All the screws are on the speaker. I have no idea where they go. Ooh, uh-oh. Didn't clean the flux off. I thought I did. That ain't good. That ain't good. Or maybe it's not because I didn't get COVID. I'm joking though. I think I actually tested positive the day after I did this. So that might be why I fucked up and didn't clean the, That's... Yeah. I think it might actually be good that I'm doing this now. That is... That ain't good. Glad it didn't reach the screen. That's... And there's like very clearly flux on that. Wow. I'm usually really good about cleaning the flux off. Holy crap. That's... Wow. That's... Not good. Not good. Like here I clean the flux off and there's no issues. That's... Yeah, something happened, and I didn't bother filming when I got back. Whoops. But I got it working. You can see there's some bumps where I put screws in wrong. I think I put the wrong screws in, or tightened them too tight, or something. I don't know. Whoops. Really unfortunate. But it is what it is. But it works. Let me take the battery out. There we go. So I got that open. The flash card out. I am not tightening that. So it works. I do still need to fix the shoulder buttons. You can see it only works when I press it like in a certain way. The R button, I mean. It only kind of works if I press it in like a certain way. But, you know. It does work. I mean, you know. It works. The screw covers are missing. I might have to like buy a replacement shell to get new ones of those, but it works. You know. Bort. Wait, no, I want Homart. Damn. This game is actually really impressive for the hardware. Like, for what this is running on, this is really impressive. But it's also, you know, yeah, Simpsons Road Rage for the GBA. But for the hardware this is running on, this is actually really impressive. Like, there's hills. Like, you don't really see that in a Mode 7 game. Yeah, that's enough of that. Oh yeah, the shoulder buttons don't work on this one. Yeah. So, that's that. Sorry I couldn't show process in its entirety. I kind of feel like getting the screen back in was the important bit, and I showed most of that process. So take that for what it's worth, which isn't much. This video is terrible. Bye.